Bobby. Hello, Michael.
Honey, where you been? I've been worried sick about you.
I went for a long walk around the zoo. So sad there's no one there to talk to anymore.
Oh, honey, come on, now cheer up. You should have seen the lunch crowd that was in here. All these big wigs from Lincoln Center, the opera. I mean, take a look at the dinner invitations. There's a couple of names in here you're gonna like. Barry's coming through for us again.
Bobby, people come to the Crystal Palace because it's the place to be, not because anybody makes them.
Right.
Mrs. Coleridge, I just wanted to check with you. I had a little accident. Would you rather I stay in the back tonight?
What? Oh, no. It's kind of colorful. I'm gonna get something to eat.
Well, honey, before you do that, why don't you check in your office? There's a package in there that might pick your spirits up.
My spirits are fine. I just want a French pastry.
Honey, come on, go in. Take a look. Go
Catch up with I Wanna Be a Soap Star if you missed a second of the explosive, shocking, outrageous new season. Now's your chance to catch the first 5 episodes back to back.
How you doing? I was doing better before I saw that scene.
The Soap Star Catch-Up Marathon, Sunday, July 9th, starting at 4 p.m. only on Soapnet. She's tough.
And don't you underestimate me.
Unpredictable.
What would you say to my coming back to Chabot?
Sassy.
I think you're jealous. That's what I think.
Sultry.
I want to smack her up against the head for sleeping with our son.
Get to know Phyllis Summers-Abbott, Genoa City's resident schemer. The Young and the Restless, tonight at 7 on Soapnet.
How many times have you seen this in your refrigerator? If you want food and leftovers to stay fresh up to 4 times longer, well, now they can. Exclusively from Sharper Image, the Fresher Longer Miracle Food Storage System. Proven to safely reduce bacteria growth by 98% and extend the life of your food up to 4 times over leading brands.
What I can tell you is I have great leftovers a week later.
2 weeks in the Fresher Longer, not in my refrigerator. It's just as soft. It's just as fresh as the day that I bought it, 2 weeks ago.
Fresher Longer uses a proprietary plastic infused with real silver to fight mold and bacteria. Yes, real silver. It's a completely safe mineral that's been scientifically proven as a natural antibacterial agent. Just look at the difference with the leading brand of storage containers compared to the Fresher Longer system after only 8 days.
You have got to try Fresher Longer for your family. It is truly a miracle, but you've got to see it to believe it. So let's do this. You call me right now. I'll send you a Fresher Longer 12-piece set for just $1 handling. And after 30 days, if you don't like it, send it back and you'll never be billed except for that $1. I'll pay the shipping both ways. You have nothing to, well, you have $1 to lose and everything to gain. Call me right now and get your own 12-piece Fresher Longer set. I know your family will love it.
You can help stop mold and reduce bacteria growth by 98% with an introductory set of Fresher Longer for only 2 payments of $14.95. And if you call right now, you'll receive Richard's offer of $1 for 1 month. That's right, only $1. We'll pay your shipping, and if you don't love how much better your food tastes and know you'll save hundreds of dollars on groceries, we'll pay to ship it back. You won't be charged another cent. Call now to take advantage of this amazing $1 offer.
Call 1-800-519-1725. That's 1-800-519-1725.
Think those balloons will cheer her up?
Well, you never know with Dee, but yeah, I suppose so.
Never know with any of them, do you? women why they do what they do, if they mean what they say.
Well, you sound like you could use a little cheering up.
I could just use a few lessons in figuring them out.
Yeah, well, couldn't we all? Anyway, I'm not the one to ask. Listen, I gotta check on the kitchen.
Okay.
Vodka martini, please. Straight up with a twist. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
My eye hurts. How's your head?
It hurts too.
You didn't call me, so I had to come looking after you. Yeah.
Well, I thought about it, and I figured your mother would need some time to cool off.
And you were mad at me.
No. Well, maybe I just didn't want it to end up that way. I wanted to spend some time with you, that's all, and not in an emergency one.
And I spoiled it all.
No, I didn't say that.
It's okay. It's true. I came here to apologize.
It wasn't your fault. Except you shouldn't have gone off and hit that guy.
Well, I did a little bit more than that. Michael, I have a confession to make. I sort of did make it happen.
What do you mean?
Well, I was looking at them, but not like he thought I was. I was just sort of fascinated, you know? From the minute we walked in there, I just looked around like some kind of a dumb tourist, but I couldn't help it. I saw those three guys, and I just kept thinking, what do they do? Do they deal dope? Make hits? Carry guns and knives?
Well, lucky for you, they don't.
I feel really dumb, and I'm really sorry, okay? But I thought you were wonderful. You rescued me, just like in the movies.
You know, life isn't like in the movies.
I know. I found that out a little while ago. It's terribly disappointing. Anyway, there is a bright side to it. My mother was awful upset.
Is that what you were after?
No, but it was a nice fringe benefit. She was so upset, she's going to tell all kinds of people about what happened. Her whole generation is so stuck up. So, we did get into trouble. I knew as long as I was with you, nothing bad could happen.
Yeah, well, it could have. I'm just glad it didn't. Why did you want to go to a place like that anyway?
I wanted time with you. I wanted to be with your kind of people in your kind of place. And I loved it. I'm not saying you were like those creeps or anything, but I lived sort of a sheltered life. You might say I was a little hothouse rose from Topeka, Kansas.
Well, now you're a little hothouse rose with a black eye.
But I know a lot more about life. Can I have another one? Sort of makes my eye feel better.
Well, it was still a crummy place to take you.
But I wanted to go, and you respected my wishes enough to take me. That means a lot to me. You're not always trying to tell me what to do and what's good for me.
Well, maybe I don't know, Kim.
Michael, you're good for me.
Your mother doesn't think so.
My mother is a snob. The hell with her. That sort of bothers you, doesn't
Well,
it?
Kim, the way I was brought up, you just don't say that sort of thing about your mother.
Well, maybe that's because your mother is a lot different than my mother. And you would say that. Anyway, the big difference is your mother seems to like you pretty much, and my mother can't stand the sight of me. She always suspects me of the worst before I even get a chance to do it.
Well, mothers worry, that's all. I mean, mine does too much.
But for your sake, not for hers. All my mother cares about are appearances. You and I are different. What are people going to think?
Well, maybe you're just hanging around me to spite her.
I'm hanging around because I love you. It's the difference that makes things special. I know too many rich, boring people.
Ah, so poor is interesting?
You are. And you're funny. I love being with you. Would it be all right if I stayed here until you got off work?
Well, I'm on the early shift. I get off in an hour.
Delia won't mind. As long as I'm drinking, I'm a paying customer. And you'll see to it that I get home, right?
Oh, yeah, but
You're not gonna start telling me what to do, too, now, are you?
Okay.
You know, for somebody that comes from Brooklyn, you sure do make a mean martini.
He's crazy.
About you. Do you accept my apology?
Well, I guess I better. What would you do next?
I figured kid stuff called for kid stuff. And what I did to you about that Lily girl was absolutely kid stuff. I'm sorry I did it, and I will never, never do it again.
Oh, I guess I flew off the handle.
You sure did. I was stunned. I didn't know you cared.
Well, her. And after you knew how I felt about her and Roger and everything.
Was it just that? Just that it was that particular person I chose to take to lunch?
She'd be so bad for you.
And that worries you?
Of course it does.
Well, I guess that's some kind of progress. I would rather have made you insanely jealous, but concern for my well-being must be worth something. And it's certainly more than I deserve, because it was a cheap little trick, and I felt like a bum ever since.
Barry, wait. I haven't been entirely honest. I mean, there was more. I was jealous. Yes, it was worse that it was that person, but I would have been jealous anyway.
You're kidding. I didn't know you had that kind of investment in me.
Neither did I. But I have to be so careful. I can't afford to get involved again. Take that risk. Except I guess I am, sort of. But what I said before about having an affair still goes. I'm not ready.
Yet. I can wait. I won't pressure you.
Just so long as you'll stay my friend.
Absolutely.
Well, I feel much better. How about you? Did you eat? Why don't I have the kitchen send us in a tray of French pastries? They're not a bad substitute.
I'm afraid I'll have to take a rain check. I have an appointment. It's business.
At this hour?
Well, I'm not a banker. I'm in the celebrity business, remember?
Speaking of celebrities, Bobby, can I have a look at that reservation list again?
Yeah, sure thing. Dee's Crystal Palace. Yep, it's yours.
Oh. Barry Ryan here.
Oh, you're there. I'm here in your lobby waiting. Do you want me to come there?
No. That's fine. I'm sorry I was detained. That was unavoidable, I'm afraid. I'll be right there. Well, duty calls. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
This summer,
if I can't be a soap star, then no one can.
Soap Star is back, and it just keeps getting.
Call 911 now.
Hotter.
You blew it. You looked crazy.
A brand new season of I Wanna Be a Soap Star. Tonight at 11, only on Soapnet.
When the elements of nature blend, they create green, refreshing, and rich in protective antioxidants. Lipton blends green with mouthwatering citrus for a great taste. It's green tea, redefined. Lipton tea can do that.
Raised scars, keloid scars. Palmer's Scar Serum can help reduce the appearance of scars with the powerful ingredients doctors recommend most. Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Scar Serum. Start reducing the appearance of scars today.
The word is aardvark.
Aardvark.
A-R.
Come on, focus. You know this one. It's the first word in the dictionary.
A-A-R-D-V-A-R-K. Aardvark.
Correct.
All right.
With Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats, your child won't be distracted by mid-morning hunger. Because with 8 filling layers of sweet, crunchy whole grain fiber...
8 layers. How about it?
It's the breakfast that stays with you.
Do you love spending hours working out at the gym? If you do, the Total Gym is not for you.
But if you want one of the fastest, most effective workouts ever, then the Total Gym is for you.
For our 10th anniversary, we have an incredible deal.
You can try the Total Gym in your home for an entire month, risk-free.
We'll ship you a Total Gym at our expense. If you don't see a remarkable change, just send it back, and we'll return every penny you were charged. But if you're like most of us, once you try it, you'll never want to be without it again.
Just 1 year on the Total Gym and I've lost 45 pounds.
So take our risk-free challenge and get the body you've always wanted. Why go to the gym when you can own one?
Call the number on your screen for our anniversary special. Try the Total Gym in your home risk-free for 60 days. We'll pay shipping and handling. Call now.
I am Nanny McPhee.
Mayhem.
That was my idea. I mean, my fault.
Meet magic.
The nanny is a witch.
Snow in August.
So indeed.
You are very clever. Thank you.
Nanny McPhee. Now playing on DirecTV.
Dear heaven. Mommy.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Woodard. She must have,
She got drunk.
Yes, well, that at least is obvious. Will you please close that door and help me here?
Come on.
Come on. Come on, darling kid. The
Kid,
steps.
come on.
Steps. That's a girl.
Mama, it wasn't Michael's fault. I did it. Myself. I feel sick.
Maybe we ought to get her into the bathroom.
No. I think I'd like to take a nap.
How on earth did you let that happen?
Well, I didn't. I mean, what could I do? She was there. I was working.
It happened at the Crystal Palace?
Yeah, I was behind the bar.
And you just kept making her drinks?
Well, she was paying for them. It's my job. I mean, after the first few, I watered them way down, but she's a small girl. It doesn't take much. I think she had a few before she got there. In fact, I wonder if she didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, I have no doubt she did. And you, in your infinite wisdom, just stood by.
Well, what could I do?
Oh,
I was working. I couldn't throw her out. I didn't know where she'd go, what she'd do. She'd been acting kind of strange lately.
You could have called me. I guess on second thought, you couldn't call me. Well, darling, marvelous. A real triumph. Michael, come with me, please. Come on. Come. Do you love my daughter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. I've never felt this way about anybody else before.
She has problems. That must be clear to
Well,
you
Kim
by
is
now.
different from anybody else
I'm
I've ever...
sure she is. Michael, do you have any understanding of what she is trying to accomplish with performances like this? And that barroom brawl the other night. She incited that, you know.
She explained all that.
Did she?
She had never been in a place like that before, and she was looking around and some guy got the wrong idea.
Poor Michael, it's even worse than I thought. Why did you take her there in the first place?
Because she asked me to.
But why? And not just for the experience, I assure you. She planned to get in trouble that night, and she did, Michael, and she did it again tonight. She used you both times. Now, if you really are genuinely concerned about her, don't give her another opportunity. Leave her alone.
Look, Mrs. Woodard, I know you don't think I'm good enough for
Oh,
Kim,
if
but...
anything, she's not nearly good enough for you. She's exploiting you, Michael. The only thing in the world she wants is Seneca Bolak's attention. And she has the idea right now that if she can convince him that she's traveling in bad company, he will come running back to her.
She told me all about Dr. Bolak. She explained that, too.
Kimberly's version.
Well, she told me everything, that she loved him and she wanted to marry him. She even admitted that she pretended to be pregnant. She even admits that she started up with me just to get him jealous, but it's gone way past that now.
Oh, yes, of course it has. Into bed. And altercations in seedy bars and drunken displays like this. Michael, what is going to happen next? Can you keep her out of trouble? She tells me she wants to meet some of your gangland friends. She wants to hang out in your kind of place.
Kim has got the wrong idea about me. So do you. I worked for Teasel because I needed a job. That doesn't mean I'm one of his kind.
It will mean whatever Kimberly wants it to mean. She will engineer any kind of trouble she wants Seneca to see, and I promise you, Michael, if she gets into trouble, she'll take you with her. Now, you say you love her.
I do.
Then don't let it happen. For both your sakes, get out of her life now.
Oh, no way, Mrs. Woodard. I'm sorry, but...
Can't you see? She thinks she can get anything she wants by lying and cheating and manipulating.
Excuse me, but she also thinks you don't like her very much, and it seems to me like she's right. I'll call her in the morning. Good night.
Won't let it happen, Kim. I won't let it happen.
Next, seduction rules the bedroom and the boardroom on The Young and the Restless. Then it's All My Children, followed by One Life on Soapnet.
Every Thursday night, it's a brand new episode of I Wanna Be a Soap Star. Last week, the finalists took a journey to the dark side.
It's a lot more complex than it looks.
And not everyone was good
I almost feel guilty about blackmailing you.
That's pretty hot stuff.
at being bad.
I've got a headache from that wine. That would be the poison.
I thought the scene was terrible. I don't think any of you knew what you were doing.
It was really bad. All of you.
Lindsay, I'm sorry, but you've been killed off. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
This week,
on Soaps, a key ingredient is passion.
it's time for some lessons in love.
Grab her and kiss her like you mean it. He started coming at me Marine style.
This is gonna look like a train wreck.
7 will bring the heat. But 1
Didn't wreck.
will get left in the cold.
Mikey, what's going on? You look like you're about to cry.
A brand new episode of I Wanna Be a Soap Star. Tonight at 11, only on Soapnet.
Pepe, madame.
Add more flavor the fun way with new McCormick grinders.
Monsieur. Pepe, mademoiselle. Mademoiselle.
Grinders from McCormick. The taste you trust.
Pinch yourself. Ow! It's true. At Burlington Coat Factory's clearance sales, save 40 to 80% off fashions for the family. That's a lot of clams. I like that. Burlington Coat Factory's clearance sale.
Kosher hot dogs only use the finest cuts of kosher beef. Not so with the other guys. That's why Hebrew National 100% kosher beef hot dogs have no artificial flavors or colors, fillers, or byproducts. They just might be the most delicious hot dogs on earth. No ifs, ands, or buts. Hebrew National 100% kosher beef hot dogs.
We answer to a higher authority.
I hate to tell you this, lovely Lily, but that was not average.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not into being average anymore.
Good. I thought it was a waste. When did you change your mind?
Well, I realized that nobody is. Average, I mean. Every living, breathing individual has the capability of being extraordinary. Each of us is a wonder.
And some of us are more wonderful than others.
I am into accepting the is.
Ah.
You see, fulfillment isn't something that you have to seek. It's right there. If I stand ready to accept the is, the you are, the I am, then it's there for me. Once I realized that, it changed my life. Again.
And when did all this come to you?
While I was waiting for you in the lobby, you see, your being late was no accident. It was cosmically purposeful.
Oh, isn't that something?
See, I was a little anxious about our relationship. I was worried whether or not you'd have enough psychic space for me. But then all of a sudden, the reality of the isness hit me, and I realized it didn't matter about Delia. We'll just take the part of the whole, and we'll just set it aside.
Wait a minute. How did we get to Delia?
Well, we didn't. She's not here. That's the point. You see, look, this is you, okay? And this is me. And this is us. You see, there's a lot of space right in there, you see. This is here and now. This is our is. Follow?
I'm fascinated.
Now, this is Delia. Now, remember that you're over here, you see. Now, this is your space of the usness with Delia. Now, I'm not sure how much space that is, you see, but it doesn't even touch mine.
I was hoping that might be the case.
Of course, you see, Roger Coleridge, is way up here, you see, and he's trying to get in everywhere around Delia's space, but that's his problem.
And maybe hers.
What is.
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh, I hope not. We need be.
So, in other words, it doesn't bother you that I'm interested in Delia?
Why should it?
Well, I can't think of any reason, but it bothers most people. You see, I've been through this sort of situation before a few times.
Oh, Barry, we've all been through it before, you see. Because what is, was.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as the situation is concerned, you're the first person who's ever understood it.
How nice for you.
See, I've never had a problem being in love with two women at the same time. In fact, with me, it's more of a necessity. Now, I don't mean fool around. I mean all-out wacko in love with both of them at once. That's the way it's always been for me. Mm-hmm. And as I say, I don't have any trouble about it, but it seems to be a big problem for them. Now, take Delia, for example. I'm crazy about her. She has everything.
Yeah, but everything is not always enough.
Exactly. Now, things were beginning to look very promising with Delia, and then I saw you, and I thought to myself, I'd like that one, too. But Delia didn't understand that. They never do, and then I have to tell lies so that their feelings won't get hurt.
Of course, because, you see, the is gets confused with there ought to be. Do you feel guilty?
And that's another part of the problem. You see, if I can make Delia feel happy, then I want to. And if I can make you happy, too, so much the better. And that makes me feel happy. What could be simpler? Only people do seem to think that I should feel guilty about it.
What people?
Well, the women, for one, when they find out, and they usually do find out. Ken George Jones seems to worry about it from time to time. He calls it my fatal flaw. He even sent me to a shrink once.
Oh, an analyst. How touching. They try so hard.
Well, this one didn't. He just sat there with his eyes closed, waiting. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it adds up, maybe it doesn't, but that's the way I am. And I'm damned if I can think of a way to change it. Worse yet, I don't even want to try. I'm glad you don't mind.
Soapstar is back, and this year's contestants are in for more than a competition. They're in for the ride of their lives. Catch a brand new episode of I Wanna Be a Soapstar, tonight at 11, only on Soapnet.